Let us proceed to the Nidhogg trial, shall we? God, this song is so fucking good. But there's one that is better, I would say. Shadowbringers. Alright, let's do this. Oh, fuck me. Oh, fuck. Hot wings. Bye-bye, a hot tail. Fuck. Fortunately, I'm more. I know more about the extreme fight than this fight. The normal fight. Oh, hello there. Oh, hello there. Oh god, oh god, oh god. That's a his cleave. Ooh. And transition. Oh, hello there. I might die. Perhaps. Okay. Shit, I screwed up my rotation. Oh, wow. Ow. Until Pixelmon.
Astinian!
Is this to be mine end? Nay, I will not allow it. I am of the first brood. I am vengeance incarnate. I am Nidhogg! Thou shalt die by my hand!
This is not your hand, worm!
Thou wilt obey!
I would ask one last favor of you, Warrior of Light. Finish me, now, while I have the beast subdued! waste your time. Kill me! It is the only way! Ending Nidhogg will be my final duty.
No! You can't die like this! I won't let you! Ah! Ah! Ah!
Children of the land, truths that once rang clear, two souls intertwined, one true love they did find, bringing land and heavens near.
Es Kakul
Memories dimmed by shadowed hearts. In the waxing gloom did wane the lover's moon, watching as their worlds drift apart. One soul's cry, a passion welling within. Sacrifice, a final plea to her kin.
The eyes! Cast them into the abyss!
Yet this bond of hope by treachery was broke, scattering her words to the wind.
He lives. Ah, Estinian, my ill-fated friend. Lucia, summon the healers. I want them ready to receive him.
At once, Lord Commander.
Allow me to do this much, at least.
Alemon initectram. Fall in.
You have my gratitude, Hresvelga. Your deeds this day have saved a great many lives.
Al and flee. Ustra udin instra reo. An hesnesh. One in nesk ik an. Keifta.
the battle is won. We can do no more for Estinian now than bear him home and wish him well, even as Hraesvelga did. The rest we must trust to the hands of the healers and the grace of the gods.
Boom, 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 wow. Though the haze of pain I swear I sensed, but no, the past is done, and we must look to the future. At long last, Nidhogg is gone, his foul spirit cast on out once and for all. Only pray that Estinian survives the ordeal. Your battle with Nidhogg Shade will beget maybe many an epic ballad, Akira, and right so. It was without a doubt one of your more epochal victories. Though I must admit that I took greater joy to see you emerge from the experience unscathed. And not only for your own sake, had you not been there to aid me, those infernal eyes would still be fused with Estinian's mail. Yet, even with Nidhogg gone, I cannot help but wonder how much of our friend remains. Let us pray to visit Lucia and beg news of his condition. God, that was a fucking touching story. How my eye hurts now. Fuck. Akira, Master Afano, my honored friends, as if winning race figures to our cause were not enough, you took it upon yourselves to rid us of his brood brother. I know not how to thank you. My own contribution was hardly noteworthy. The true saviors of the day were Akira and Estidian. One triumphed over Nidhogg's Shade through strength of arms, and the others through strength of will. And speaking of Estidian, what news of his recovery? The Azure Dragoon has conveyed to the infirmary where he now resides, under the care of the hospitalier captain. I am told he has yet to regain consciousness. But as you know, Estinian's mind and body were held hostage for many days. We must be patient and allow the process of healing to begin. In the meantime, you would do well to rest and recover from your own ordeals. But surely, Sir Almeric is never long from Estienne's bedside, and will send word the moment there are any developments. Now, if I have satisfied your concerns, I believe Lord Admont and his sons are most eager to celebrate your return. Very well, First Commander. Come, Akira. It would seem that we are awaited at Fort Temps Manor. Welcome, Mr. I already know. I already talked to.
The heroes of the hour return.
We but did our duty, my lord. It was the memories of fallen friends and not our heroism which saw us through at the last.
I gave every ounce of my strength, but mine efforts would have counted for naught had the Warrior of Light not arrived to challenge the Great Worm. As a sworn knight of Ishgard, I had hoped to do more for my city.
Well, we cannot all be heroes, dear brother. Let us put away our pride for a moment and revel in the valiant deeds of our comrade. For your sterling service to Ishgard, we salute you. And while we're on the subject of valiant deeds, I believe I myself have earned some small measure of recognition. Under my watchful command, the ballistas of the Outer Ward struck down a veritable swarm of Dravanian invaders.
My lord's command was certainly watchful. He bravely watched as the siege crews took aim, and continued to watch as countless wyverns met their end. Indeed, the ward's defenders proved so well drilled that my lord had little occasion to stop watching.
There will be time enough to determine who is most deserving of recognition later. Our friends are doubtless weary from their exertions. I had chambers prepared in expectation of your return. You are welcome to retire at your leisure.
I am most grateful for your hospitality, my lord, but I believe I shall pay a visit to the Temple Knight's Infirmary. Pray excuse me.
Our master Alphinaud has grown. The plight of his stricken brother-in-arms pains him more than his own hurts. In which respect he has come to resemble you, Warrior of Light. Go then, visit the Azure Dragoon, and grant him what comfort you may.
Alright, let us visit. Oh, before I go, let me see what they actually have for dialogue. Let's see, go, Warrior of Light. We will not begrudge you time spent at a comrade's sickbed. At long last, Nidhogg is gone. No true son of Ishgard could wish for more. Yet scores of my brother knights fell in battle, and I find my joy tempered by their loss. Without the guiding hand of yours truly, how's Helener, famous dragon killers, without have killed half so many dragons just now, as I shall be sure to tell my lady when next we meet. If my lord's irrepressible optimism were ever to fix upon something about which he had cause to be optimistic, I dare not think what he might achieve. course, the infirmary. The Forgotten Knight. Alright, cool. Akira, my friend, what can I do for the savior of Ishgard? You seek Master Alphino. He came to relieve me of my Virgil a short while ago. When he begged to sit at Estidian's side, I could not refuse him. Though he would sooner faint than admit it, the boy must be exhausted by Reisfelger's trial and all that followed. Estidian is blessed to have such devoted comrades. My own friendship with Estidian began some 10 years past, shortly after we joined the Temple Knights. I learned his name soon enough, but Estidian barely registered my existence. I was less a fellow recruit and more a shadow which occasionally darkened his path. And so I might have remained had fate not seen fit to intervene. While out on patrol, our company was set upon by a dragon, and we were the only two to survive. The experience forged a bond between us, as such life-threatening situations are wont to do. Despite our friendship, he remains an intense and solitary youth, wholly obsessed with claiming vengeance against Nidhogg. Revenge was ever at the forefront of his mind. Revenge for the death of his parents, and revenge for his young brother. I would venture that in Alphino he sees something of his lost sibling, and in the ungentle chidings of Estidian, Alphino has found the elder brother he never had. Truth be told, Estidian's tactless observations have saved me from disaster more than once, and I can well understand Alphino's affection for him. He is a friend from whom I would gladly... Lord Commander, your presence is required in the infirmary. Is he? Tell them I am on my way. Bam, bam, bam. Quickly, Akira, we must go to him. Upon proceeding to the infirmary, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Yes.
Estinian!
Cease your mewling, boy. grates my ears.
Forgive me. When I saw you awaken, I could not... It was such a relief. We feared you might never wake up.
Now, Astinian. If Master Alphino thought any less of you, you would still be Nidhogg's plaything. Or dead.
Aye, 'twas but a jest. I thank you, Alphino. And you too, Warrior of Light. Quite how you managed to persuade Hraesvelgr to aid in his brood brother's downfall I cannot imagine. But full glad am I that you did. 'Tis an honor to share the mantle of Azure Dragoon with one such as you.
I, for my part, owe you an apology. When last we met, I did willingly loose an arrow at your heart. Can you forgive me?
There is naught to forgive, Hameric. You but acted in defense of Ishgard as is your duty. Were you any less single-minded about it, I would not follow you into battle, nor trust you at my back. Besides, I had come to the selfsame conclusion, that I would have to perish for Nidhogg to be stopped. So let us dispense with the hand-wringing. I have heard enough mewling for one day.
Oh!
The tendrils of Nidhogg's foul presence bound up every fibre of my being, usurping my senses, but I yet retained some trace of awareness. The worm's mind was as a vast and tumultuous sea. Endlessly its black waters churned, his grief and despair at Ratatoska's murder never calming, never receding. Driven by this surging current came wave upon wave of unrelenting rancor. It was the very image of my own heart. There I saw the dark reflection of the hatred I felt after Nidhogg slew my family, when no path remained save vengeance against dragonkind. Neither one of us had a choice. But I was blessed with something Nidhogg was not. Comrades and teachers to console and admonish me. Had I not had them to gainsay my obsession, it would surely have consumed me as Nidhogg's did him, and we would have been in all respects alike. Though his shade is banished, his spirit scattered upon the sea of clouds, I feel no joy at his passing. Where once I craved vengeance, I now crave rest. Lord Commander, my hunt is at an end. I would lay down the mantle of Azure Dragoon.
My friend.
He has tired himself with too many words. I doubt not that he will make a full recovery, but he must be allowed some few days of quiet.
too must see my path to its end. Sleep well, my friend.
Following the battle with Nidhogg on the Steps of Faith, Sir Emeric called an assembly that he might make his final proclamation as acting head of state. 'Twas there, with one decree, that the 1,000-year rule of the archbishops was ended, paving the way for a new republic. The governance of Ishgard would now be placed in the hands of high and lowborn alike, their ranks represented by the newly founded House of Lords and House of Commons. Church was separated from state. The foundation for change had been carefully laid, and the reforms proposed by Ishgard's new government passed into law without incident. His duty done, Emeric de Burrell gladly stepped down from the Archbishop's dais, only to be raised unto the highest seat in the House of Lords. Though he strove at first to refuse this honor, the unexpectedly strident voice of the Count de Durandare left him little choice but to accept. And so it was that the winds of gentle revolution came to stir. Prominent among the many honored guests at Sir Emeric's investiture were the ambassadors of Dragonkind, a fitting symbol of Ishgard's newfound peace. The people looked on in awe as he soared through the heavens on Dragonback. And by their cheers did they hail him an azure dragoon for a new age. Thus were the notes of the dragon song rewritten, the din of war giving way to a rising litany of peace and hope.
I was gazing out at the sea of clouds in an all too rare moment of idleness when I chanced to behold a certain hero wending her way towards the city on Dragonback. Welcome home, Akira. Nay, 'twas no grave matter that moved me to greet you in person. Between you and me, I merely sought respite from the pressures of office. No sooner do I surrender my role as temporary head of state that I am with a burdened with a position of more permanent responsibility. I fancy that it echoes in some small measure the way you must feel when your improbable feats of heroism are rewarded with still more impossible challenges. The myths which guided our society for generations lie in tatters. Am I then to be scored for building upon the system of nobility that I once sought to tear down? And what strange jest is this that places me as its pinnacle, an archbishop's bastard at the head of the House of Lords? But these questions are for me to answer. It is not in man's nature to change overnight. This I learned through painful experience, and it was this hard lesson which convinced me to take the path which we now follow. Even as we rebuild the bridge between man and dragon, so must we reimagine Ishgard, one carefully placed stone at a time. We must remember that it is not for us that we lay this groundwork, but for the men and women that our children will become. May their towers rise proudly from the fundamental of our legacy. I hear word from Captain Whitecape that Estienne has vanished from his sick room. His willfulness survives undiminished. Should you ever happen upon our unmannerly friend on your travels, pray assure him that I shall keep Ishgard safe until he deigns to come home. Thank you, Akira, and please convey my warmest regards to Master Alphino. Bum 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 ba da da dum. You spoke with Sir Emmerich. I do not envy him his new position. Ishgard has chosen a new road, but one littered with the detritus of 1,000 years of broken faith. Yet, though her people may stumble from time to time, I know of none better than Sir Elmeric to lead the march of progress. As for us, there remains the small matter of ushering in a new dawn in the shadow of inscrutable Asian machinations, and a seemingly endless procession of primos. But we too must walk our chosen path, no matter how treacherous the footing. In the wake of Ishgard's government reform, new airship routes have been sanctioned. You may now travel to a selection of distant locales from the landing in Ishgard. Thank you, Blahaz. Nay, you need not remain there. We shall rendezvous at the usual place. All is proceeding as expected, then. Aye, there is not to concern us, aside from one overly curious mouse. This way. Him again. It is of no moment. They will play their part, and we will play ours. And thus did grey mists give way to the azure skies. Man and dragon rise above, voices join in song. But beneath shrouded brows, beyond the scope of... Yeah, my brain. Oh well. That concludes 3.3. But last, we are not finished with 3.3. We still have to do... the second Heavensward Triforce-Man raid. But that will be in the next video. Till then, fare thee well. Bye.